You know they're going to fill this place up. They always do in Lincoln. Big Ten basketball is presented by Fetch Rewards, and tonight the Huskers are back home, and a tough task ahead for the home team as the 25th-ranked Maryland Terrapins have come calling in Lincoln. Hi again, everybody, alongside my partner, Sean Morris. I'm
did 20-point-plus performances.
25.5 points per game in Nebraska's 4-game winning streak. Maryland to work first here in Lincoln. Julian Reese will hand off to Rodney Rice, and Rice going to work inside. And underneath for two is Derek Queen.
That was a point of emphasis in the shoot-around today, getting the post touches early, especially against an undermanned front line, and Maryland more than answered the call in terms of the scouting report to open this ball game.
They felt like it was something they didn't do a very good job of their last couple of games out as the Huskers go inside to Andrew Morgan. And here's Bryce Williams. Keep an eye on him. What's his energy going to look like, and how much oomph will he have in his shot tonight? Juwan Gary working inside off the window. No, but the tip there for Andrew Morgan.
And I like that start by Juwan Gary. Maryland this year +4 in the turnover margin coming into this ball game. They get 19 points per ball game off for opposition turnover.
Yeah, only UCLA better in the conference. Hoiberg an open three. He'll hit. They're going to need Hoiberg tonight. That trap of Queen. He has to cross-court it to Rice. Gillespie.
Good job by Wooster moving his feet.
And Miguel the three. Good answer for Maryland.
Picking up where he left off last time. Miguel shot it really well from deep. 5 of 8 from behind the arc.
Maryland hit 10 threes in their win against Nebraska on January 19th in College Park. Right through the hands of Williams and a turnover. Maryland, as Sean mentioned, cashes in a lot on turnovers. Gillespie makes sure they do here.
And with Queen guarding Gary, he's got a shot fake. Now they switch off. Nicely done there by Maryland. I was saying Gary had to take advantage of that and maybe drive it at Queen.
Oh, Williams fouled shooting the three by Rodney.
Going to miss. It's going to be short. Exactly. Kevin, and then when they needed it most, he got the ball in his hands and was able to convert on his way to a double.
So Bryce Williams is having a historically good...
Williams exceeding 20 points in all 4 of those wins.
Gillespie jumps it over to Queen. Queen against Juwan Gary. Tough fadeaway, and he has a knack for making that look.
Going to have to clip coupons whenever he does get to the next level. But with his skill set and the way the game was played at that time, at that size, he would have been certainly at the top.
I mean, look at a play like that. A great example for Derek Queen to underline what you're talking about.
But turn, face, was able to freeze him, and then he shows you why you have more than one hand to have more than just a matching set of gloves. You can use the other one to score as well.
Here's Reese. Good ball movement in this possession. Finds Miguel for 3.
Nice job of spacing the floor, and Miguel did a really good job, Kevin.
Sejan in the ball game. He is also not feeling particularly well. Offensive rebound. Julian Reese, like a Mack truck, just barreling through. Takes it up to the rim, and he'll head to the free throw line. And look at that.
More of a continuous motion right there.
But there was an entry into the lane early by Juwan Gary. And so another opportunity for Julian Reese. And it costs Nebraska one more point on their deficit. Gary, smart. Drives past Geronimo, but it pops out of his hands.
Better pass, he might have had a chance to shoot that. That was a little bit behind the Sejan on that cut.
Here's Williams. He'll try the 3. A little bit strong. He wanted to foul, didn't get it. Gary off the tip back from Mia takes it to the rim for 2.
Nicely done by to the rim and kind of breaks the seal scoring line.
There's Reese banging his way in against Mia. Can't get the roll this time.
Good job by Mia chesting up.
Maybe a game we see a few more minutes for Braxton Mia tonight as Gary drives it again and draws the contact and the foul. That's where
Gary, but once he got it there in the scramble situation, Gary able to turn the corner. And
in that game on Sunday, rolled his ankle, a bad ankle sprain. Huskers are hopeful And the rebound to Derek Queen.
Nice action, though, by Nebraska. You get the defense flowing one way, and then you kick it back to the CJ who's still in behind.
Queen got past Mia, but a good challenge by Mia from behind.
Well, how about when it looked like he was beaten to the rim by Queen?
To shoot for the Huskers, and a telegraphed pass.
Man, that was just a bad pass.
And then Deshaun Harris-Smith lost it on the way back, and Wooster takes it away. Long pass ahead to Eulis. Eulis trying into the rim for two, and Nebraska within a pair, a 6-0 run.
I think they thought Eulis was going to kick it in the corner. You saw the defender kind of react, and Eulis, to his credit, kind of sensed it while he was up in the air and just finished.
Over 3 minutes without a point for Maryland now. Rice in some trouble. Underneath, and Geronimo, no, but the tip by Queen. Well, Braxton Mia in the last 5 games have played only 31 total minutes. His minutes are going to be up tonight based on the average as the three goes down for Gary. There was a foul underneath the basket as Mia got tangled up down low.
It's going to be a foul on Reese, I believe.
So count the
underneath right there. I mean, that's not that you want a textbook example of a hook and hold, but that would certainly qualify. Here comes the hook underneath, the hold, and then the discard. Last time out against Ohio State.
And I believe they were all on this bucket. Both literally and figuratively, the biggest player for Nebraska tonight. For them 0 for 2 tonight. Wooster will try from deep. That three won't go. He struggled from 3 this year as Reese gets the rebound.
And you can tell that Maryland is just packing it in defensively in that particular possession.
Selton Miguel will drop it off to Julian Reese. Just slithers to the rim to give Maryland the lead.
And nice job by Miguel using that fan dribble. And then Mia kind of got caught in no man's land. I think he's a little tired right now. Wasn't able to come out and contest as effectively. And then a nice little dive by Reese.
Well, they're just trying to get him to the under 8 media timeout. Here's Gary towing the line for a 3. He'll splash it down. Number 2 tonight from range for Juwan Gary. And double figures for Gary, his 10th game in the last 12.
And the next time down, if he catches it in a similar situation, look for the shot fake and the drop.
Miguel floating it over Mia, it won't go. Rebound loose inside, but not for long as Derek Queen smashes a 2-hand chain. Tied at 22. Good first half in Lincoln. Gary bumped in the corner, and that's a Queen.
Someone was going to get the rebound, and Derek Queen able to sneak in there.
Here's Williams off the inbound for 3. That'll rattle home. Boy, that's a good sign for Nebraska.
He's been so good all year. 36% from behind the arc.
And Gillespie with a crowd-quieting 3. What a shot for Jacob. 7.5 to play in this opening half. Gillespie will turn the corner. Jumps that pass out to Rice. Steps in for 2 and hits on the baseline.
Really good job by Rice of stepping behind that little stagger screen. Shot fake and didn't settle for a contested shot. Used that dribble to get a better one.
Here's Andrew Morgan. Fakes the pass. Hits the 3. Just his 4th made 3 of the year, and Nebraska back on top. Gillespie, the drop off to Queen. Morgan with the challenge. A swing to Miguel with 14 to shoot. Matched up against Morgan. Trying to take him off the dribble. Steps back for 3 and rolls that one over the left side of the rim.
Boy, he has
Rebound for Bryce Williams. Look, you embrace your inner Skinnerd. I embrace my inner nerd. It's fine. Free throw line jumper for Bryce Williams, and that's slugfest in Lincoln between Nebraska and Maryland. Here's Rice, got an open look, and he hits. Rodney Rice, 37%, the Virginia Tech transfer, and Deshaun Harris-Smith in the backcourt.
And I like the substitution, even though he was playing well, Derek Queen. Kevin Willard getting him out. He was getting a little bit frustrated out there. Pull him out, calm him down a little bit. No need to pick up a cheap foul for the freshman.
Well, and how about Maryland? This shows the poise of this team. This place was rocking. Nebraska had come back to take the lead, and Maryland's just quietly extended the lead back out to 7 now. Here's Asijan trying to get it going. He's under the weather tonight. Juwan Gary, 3 at the top of the key. Big bucket for Nebraska.
Boy, they needed that one. That was pretty good team defense. Sean Harris-Smith did a nice job of rotating over to take away the dribble drive, but Juwan Gary did not become a spectator, kind of filled in there at the top of the key.
15 to shoot, 13 tonight for Gary. How about this 3 for Gillespie? Rolls that one down from three-point shooting successfully.
Yeah, they're 14th in the conference in defending the 3.
Geronimo almost took that away from Juwan Gary, and it ends up with an easy 2 for the Husker vet. Boy, he's playing a whale of a first half shot.
And there's a lot more on his shoulders than even usual with the illness that Bryce Williams is battling, and you're down your leading front court player as well.
State Farm halftime report coming up. Mike Hall and friends in our Chicago studios, presented by State Farm.
Michael?
They took the tooth and they just jammed it back into his mouth. I didn't know you could do that.
I didn't know, and I kind of wish I didn't.
I know, it's one of those tidbits of knowledge that you now have that you'll never forget. Mia timed his jump a little bit off trying to tip that one in, and Maryland could hold for the final shot.
And if you are Nebraska, when this shot goes up, you have to find, if you're Mia, Julian Reese, and put a body on him. If you're Nebraska, be cognizant of the fact, look, if you're beating on a dribble drive, don't give up a layup. You've got fouls to give.
Yeah, 3 fouls is all in this half. And Rice got baited by the crowd. The student section tricked him into the shot as Queen lobbed it toward the rim. Halftime arrives in a 7-point game. And Hoiberg is stops. You didn't get a ton of stops in that first half. Maryland's pacing for 84 points. They have not lost this year when they've topped the 80-point mark. They're 10-0. Nebraska's not won when they've allowed 80 points or more. They are 0-5 on the season.
And in that first half, the Terrapins shot 55.
Mia on the bench to start this second half. He was by far the most effective against Eric Queen of the Huskers. Almost a turnover. Rice keeps it in play, and then a dart off the backboard for 2.
I think he was expecting the foul call, and it didn't come, and he just line drive that thing off the window.
Whatever it takes to get 2 points on the board, and he got it. Here's Wooster. Around the Morgan screen. Morgan against Reese. In some trouble, but gets the hook to drop. Now. 12 on the shot clock. Miguel working against Bryce Williams. 7 to shoot. Gillespie around the screen. On the run. Floater off the window. Boy, they are not afraid to cross court. Tough pass. 9 to shoot. Gillespie has his pocket pick. Morgan on the run. Up to Gary for the one-hand hammer.
Smart play by Morgan. A lot of guys would have tried to take it all the way. He made the right play, kicked it ahead to Gary for the finish.
Gillespie on the drop. And Queen with the finish. For Queen. Wooster all the way to the rim for 2. Nice moves by Wooster in traffic.
Nice change, just keeps moving. You know, he's not necessarily going to play a ton above the rim, but he understands angles and how.
Out to Hoiberg for 3. Halfway down, pops back up and into the hands of Maryland's Selton Miguel.
Oh, nice
to the rim for the 2-hand flush.
And a good job.
Elbow jumper for Williams, short, rebound Queen on the run in the open floor, ahead to Miguel. The layup makes it an 11-point game and a timeout, Nebraska. So this could be a very short segment depending on what happens here. Huskers hoping to make it a fruitful segment, down by 11. Juwan Gary, tough fadeaway, and somehow got it to go. He's got 19. Drops it off to Morgan. The little bobble threw that one off. Now he'll work against Queen. And Morgan to the rim for 2.
Nicely done by Morgan. Really well done. Not panicked.
Now a stop on the 2nd straight possession. They scored their last time down the floor. Here's Williams. Drops it off to Morgan again. Morgan dispatching Reese with authority and a 6-0 Husker answer. favor. And a whistle. That's a foul on Morgan. And that'll be his third personal foul. And sure.
We got the reception of the tofu burger to cook out here.
You don't find many of those in Nebraska, I've learned.
No. I agree with him. I didn't climb my way to the top of the food chain to eat grass.
1-5, Bryce Williams to lose. Reese doubled underneath with a Sejan and Mia. He needs some help. Gets it from Queen. Queen to work against Williams. Driving inside. And a foul called on Bryce Williams.
Around the shoulder area before.
First trip to the line tonight for Queen. Derek Queen.
He could very well get another 20 and 10.
Back into this game. Still room to go to get all the way back. 5 to shoot. Gary, 3. Rolls off. Rebound batted out by a Sejan.
Nice job by a Sejan and not giving up on the play.
And Hoiberg says, I can go all the way to the rim.
And it started with a Sejan. Nebraska's only down 4.
And now 6 with 2 more in the paint. And Reese just got teed up. There's been a lot of talking and a lot of chippiness, especially in the post tonight. And Reese gets a technical foul assessed.
Well, if you remember, on the made free throw, he was kind of chirping with the fans. And here after it,
the line for 2. He hits the first. He's got 9. 4 of his 9 at the line.
Don't forget that also. Even though it was a technical, it does go as a personal on Reese. We used to see a backspin there. It kind of had a side spin on the release.
Reese into the corner, stepping left. Gillespie with the 3. Cash it in the corner for Jacoby Gillespie.
Might be a time to get Gary going to the rim. Yes.
There he is, and he draws the contact and the foul. On the way up, the foul going on Derek Queen. That is
defense, and you make them pay.
You see both teams in the field right now. It means so much, especially late in the year, the second half. And we're right where we were at halftime. 5th 20-point game this year for Toronto.
Try to get Gary going toward the rim again with Queen right now the primary defender on the senior Gary.
There's Williams. Curling for 3. Big bucket for Nebraska.
And a good job by Williams, Kevin, of understanding his legs aren't necessarily where they need to be. And you saw his momentum take him a little bit toward the rim to prevent possibly leaving it short.
Rodney Rice draws that contact. He drove right into Morgan. That's 4.
He's a little lax right now, and he leans into it.
Down the stretch. 1 for 2. Places to play in college basketball. Gary inside, spins to the rim, everything but the bucket, and it's batted out into the hands of Maryland. Back it goes. Miguel driving in, contact, and a foul. And Miguel, 69% free throw shooter. 1 more to go. 3 per game. They're pacing at the best in Maryland basketball lore since the 2001 10 to shoot for Nebraska. Spin it around to Wooster against Queen. Drives into the paint. Tough pass for Gary. He corrals it, drives it at Queen. No on the shot. Rebound batted into the hands of Rodney Rice. Maryland on the run. In transition. Rice all the way up and in. Oh my goodness. That among power conference teams. They have 4 games. Does Maryland? Kentucky has 5. With all 5 starters in double figures. Back it goes to Williams for 3. Oh my! Bryce Williams, 16 points. He's not.
Maryland shooting 64% here in the second standings.
Rice with 10 to shoot.
Good hands.
Look deflected away, but it ends up with Gillespie and in the scramble. Oh my goodness, the touch from Reese to Queen, and he's fouled by Mia. That was just beautiful ball move.
Proper use of the shot fake by the freshman. Execute and respect the nuances of the game, whether it be taking the proper angle to go.
And Reese. It's a hard duo to deal with for teams.
And you saw why, not just because of their ability to rebound. You may not find a better big passing combo, not just in the Big Ten, but nationally, what you see with Queen and Reese.
Right, how about that pass? A couple of minutes here before the under 4 media timeout. Maryland now out rebounding Nebraska 29-16, shooting 59% from the floor. Bryce Williams with 2 more at the elbow. He's got 18.
And a good job by Williams of understanding you need to kind of get in the gut of that defense. He turns, takes his time, and knocks down the elbow jump shot. And a ton of credit to Bryce Williams because he's playing on fumes right now.
Here's Reese again, attacking the middle, and that'll be a foul on Braxton Mia. That foul on the floor, but it's the 10th team foul. And 2 shots are coming up, 5 straight 20-point games. He has 18. And after watching... There's Wooster. Hesitates, goes past Queen, and Reese there to clean it up. 9 to shoot for Nebraska. Hoiberg in traffic. One of those 2 bigs just camping out, waiting for somebody to take the shot up. It'll be Wooster fading away for 3.
And it's a small thing, but on that block 3 there by Wooster.
Great position and a wonderful find from Miguel.
Great find, and how about
between 2 good teams? Gillespie, his 3 is off. Rebound plucked by Hoiberg.
And a good block out by Williams on Queen on that far side.
Here's Williams. Spins. Got Queen in the air. 1 at the and 1. He'll settle for 2 at the line after the timeout. 1 more free throw. Pounds per game, and on a night where he is under the weather in a big way, he's delivered. Rice deep 2, off the heel, bounces twice, rebound loose. Wooster's got it. 4-point game. Here's Wooster. Entry, Morgan inside, turn on Queen. Count. Nope, that's a foul. Bucket not going to go to the line tonight. 13 of 4.
I would think, just looking at the score, that it's now a 2-point ball game.
No, not at all. But it is, and the crowd's alive in Lincoln.
And that last was the 4th on Queen. So now, if you're Queen, you have to be cognizant of that and make sure you don't spin yourself into trouble.
Here's Rice. Shot clock at 10 for Gillespie. Morgan shows, pushing Gillespie out. He'll drive inside, scoops it to the rim and in. Jacoby Gillespie, the Belmont transfer with a huge bucket.
Now Queen's guarding Gary. See if they try to take advantage of that.
Here's Morgan, working against Reese, spins into traffic, and he'll go back to the line for a pair. Morgan right back at the line, and 1 more. After he hits the first, as much as 11 in the second half. Morgan hits 2 more, and it's another 2-point affair in Lincoln. Don't forget the Big Ten Live basketball postgames coming up. Highlights, expert analysis, press conferences coming up after the game on the Big Ten Network. Rice, drop, inside, and 2 more. Morgan couldn't challenge effectively with those 4 fouls. (77-73). Here's Williams around the Morgan screen. Gary driving with Queen on his hip, leaning into Queen, count the bucket.
Nice job of attacking the closeout on Queen.
1 minute to play. 2-point game in Lincoln. Here's Queen against Gary. Zips that pass cross court. Miguel pull up 2, good again. Boy, Maryland just is almost unstoppable on offense. 14 of 22 in the second.
Statistical 3-point threat, 41% on the year to give Maryland something else to think about here as they bring it up the floor.
Has struggled tonight. 0 for 4 from 3, 0 for 5 overall. Here's Williams. He got an open look. 4-3. In and out. It was halfway down and it popped up. Huskers will give the foul now as Selton Miguel. And then at Penn State, home from Michigan. There's a lot of chances left for the Huskers. And Miguel at the line, strike.
Which is one of those statistical anomalies because he's 43% from 3.
And he's good on both. 81-75, 6-point game. Time running out on Nebraska. Booster. Here's Williams. 3 at the top of the key. And that one won't go. The tip won't go. Rebound pulled down by Derek Queen, fouled by Morgan. That'll be the end of the night. And Northwestern.
And this is a Maryland team, only 1 loss.
A special group with this team that he has put together, and they appear to be peaking at the right time with their eyes on March. 8-point advantage for Maryland. Really game effort tonight for the Huskers. Bryce Williams' 3 is short. Wooster's follow won't go. Rebounded by Reese. And Maryland comes to Lincoln and leads with an 83-75 win over the Nebraska Cornhuskers, snapping Nebraska's 4-game winning streak. Huskers now 6.